And a fine good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Joe from Feel Like Craps. I do feel like craps this evening, and I hope you do as well. We are going to roll out a strategy that I have been trying to get working on practice sessions for so long. It was a strategy that was emailed into me. We do have an email here at Feel Like Craps, and it is just that, feellikecraps@gmail.com. Feel free to send me an email if you have a strategy you'd like me to roll out. I would be happy to do that and put it on the channel. This is from Neil Kistenmacher. It's called the Kistenmacher 2-timer. I have been trying for the life of me to get this strategy to make money. And I can't get it to make any money at the $5 level, which is where Neil suggests playing it at. So I'm going to up it to the $10 level and see if I can... things seem to work a little better at $10 with the reimbursements. At $5, you really don't get the reimbursement that you need to make this strategy, at least in my opinion, to make it work. And apparently it must work for him because he says it does. It works at the casino where he is. So all the power to you. Perhaps I'm not playing it right. So, Neil, if you're watching, let me know what's going on, and if you see any room for improvement here. As I'm going to roll this out, we're gonna try to get it to make money at the $10 level. I went for 20, 30, sometimes 40 minutes, and I could not get this thing to give me anything more at the $5 level. After all that, then probably about a $20 profit, which didn't really want to put the video up because it really wasn't worth showing it. It was more painful than anything. So we're going to try at the $10 level here with a $1,000 bankroll and see where things get us. So there's our 1,000 to start. We're going to get everything set up here, and we go in the don't pass for a $10 bet to start. So the stars of our show are on the bottom right hand side of the screen. No more having to worry about the dice going off the table. We let nice dice take care of it. Here we go. Dice are out. First shooter is up. 639. It's Nina Niner Wine and Diner. That's our point. We're going to do $10 in the don't to start. And anything that a don't goes to gets a hedge bet. So this is going to be a $10 hedge. And we're looking to hit a number that has a hard way, because this strategy deals with the hard ways. So let's see what the dice gods have in store for us here. Dice are out. 5. So no luck. No numbers with hard ways yet. That's going to travel behind. We're going to have a $10 hedge and a $10 DC. Continuous DC bets now for the duration. Dice are out. 5, 4, 9. So that's a point hit. We're going to lose the don't, but we're going to get 14 for the place bet. So the don't comes back up. That's going to come back to the casino. I've got another $4 here, so we're going to use that to pump our hard ways up. $1 on the hard ways whenever we get remaining funds. So these $10 bets basically work to restock what's up here from what I understand. And any remainder goes over to the hard ways. So that being as it may, puck's gonna reset. That's gonna come behind the 9. We've got another don't pass, fresh up. Need a hedge bet again on that 9. So there we go. Dice are out. And it's a 3 craps that we're gonna win back the loss on that one. So that's a good deal. Let's see if we can keep pulling from one section of $5 chips over here. Dice are out. Here we go. 3 craps back to back. That's a second winner in the don't pass. Our shooter continues to be pointless here. 3, 2, 5. Okay, so he's going to kick us off this. The hedge bet's gonna do what it's supposed to do. We're gonna get $14, which is that 10 is gonna fund the DC, and we're gonna get 4 to pump the hardways up. All right, here we go. Dice are out. Still haven't hit a number that's a potential hardway, and we're not gonna do it again. We're gonna kick ourselves off the 9 here. And the hedge bet's going to do what it's supposed to do. It's a $14 winner. The 10 goes back in the don't. This 4 will go into pumping the hardways. Dice are out. Here we go. And a 5, 4, 9, folks. We're just not rolling those numbers that are hardways. 4, 6, 8, and 10. Haven't rolled a single one yet. So we can't tell if they're hardways or not. We haven't rolled them. So another $14. That 10 goes back in there. And we pump up again. Dice are out. 6, 2, 8. It's an easy 8. So that's going to go there. The hard 8 is going to bite the big one. And we're going to need some top hats here for a hedge bet on the 8. And let's see here. I got 4, 8, 12. So, and I got 4 of them, so $3 a piece ought to even things out. So let's do that. We'll make everything even here, because we're technically supposed to recover it once we roll it. If we roll an easy way, the hard way gets some lovin'. So dice are out, and there's another 9. We should have been in the DC. My error. That's going to get kicked. We're going to get another $14 for our efforts here. 10's going to go back in there, and we got a 4. This was originally suggested by Neil to be played at the $5 level, and if I play it at $5, I get $2 as a win. I figure if I up it to 10, I'm going to get 4, and that way I can give each hardway some lovin'. So we'll try that. Dice are out. Hard 4. There it is, folks. All right, let's see what we can do. That's going to travel. We're going to get that. The hard 4 has, that's a 7 to 1. So 8 for 1 is 7 to 1, and we got 4. So it's going to be a $28 winner, and it gets to stay. So $28 back to our rack. Thank you very much. And we're going to put another 10 in the DC. Dice are out. 5, 3, 8's an easy 8, so we get kicked off of that one, but stand by. Actually, you know what? The hard 8's going to lose again, but we got to pay this $14, so right back there and right back there. Dice are out. Here we go. 3 craps is a winner. It's a DC winner. Dice are out. 4, 2, 6. That's an easy 6. We don't have anything on a 6 right now, so the hard 6 is going to go back to the casino. We're going to have to do a hedge here. I may as well put 10 in the DC for that one. And what happens? I lost one here, so I got 4, 8, 12 over 4, so $3. Take a little bit off of there, and we'll cover everybody back up. Our bets are set. Dice are out. 6, 3, Nina. Off it goes, and we get 14. That goes back in the DC, and everybody gets some lovin'. Now, Neil did say we could have used that $28 win to pump these guys up more, or you can take them back to the rack. I'm going to choose to hit the rack with the one-way winnings, so the hard-way winnings, rather. That's an easy 6, so the hard 6 gets to lose again. However, DC also loses, but we get 14. So right back on you go, and right back on you go. Dice are out. It's a craps. Aces in both places. That's good enough for a nice little win for us. We could use some of those other hard ways, though. That'd be nice. 5, 4, 9, Nina. Once again. The general progression continues here. We get $14, 10 back in the DC, and 4 across. So I think we're to the point now where we got $5 on everything here. So we're going to take these guys away and pretty up the board a little bit. All right, I think we're ready to go. Dice are out. Hard 6, there it is. That's nice. All right, that's going to lose. We're going to get 14. And we got a $5 hard 6. That's 9 for 1. 10 for 1 is 9, 2, 1. So we're going to get $45 back on that one. And right back to the rack jack. These guys are going to go here. That's going to go back in the DC. Got a hot shooter in the house, folks. 5-1 mixer. That's going to lose us on the... We're going to lose the hard 6. The $6 bet on the hard 6. However... Standby scores, $14. So we'll put 4 back on it, put 10 in the DC, and away they go. 5, 2, 7. It was only a matter of time. So all of this business is going to go away. We'll pay 10 for the don't. We're going to lose our cap money. This is going to go away. And everything else on the board cancels. That pays that. Our hedge bet goes away too, but everything else pays respectively. Bring it back to the rack jack. And the only thing that stays out is the DC. And we're ready to go. Dice are out. New shooter is up. 2 craps. That's a winner. Pay the don't. That's a $10 quick win. Dice are out. 3 craps is a quick winner. I gotta trade some of this in. I'm going to do a $100 chip there. This way we can do one of these. And we don't have a point. This needs to go back. Should have gone back to begin with. I've had 2 craps numbers. Dice are out. 6-2, it's an easy 8. Point is 8. All right, now we'll get our spread ready. And that was a hard, that's an easy 8. So the hard 8 gets $1 to start because it rolled first. Actually, yeah, $1. But you know what? It was $1 at $5. It probably should be $2 here. That would only make sense. And the 8 needs a hedge bet. We're going to lose a little bit of cap money on if our buddy rolls here. Easy 10, 6, 4, 10. Nothing on the 10 so far, but we get to put 10 on the hedge, and now we're going to put 2 on the hard 10. Another 10 goes in the DC, and here they come. Back to back, 6-4, easy 10. That's accept. We can buy that 10 now. I'm going to trade in a buck and get 20. The hard 10's going to go away. I'm going to pay it out in some white chips because I am going to need white chips. So, that is that. And back on it. And you know what? I got enough here and here, and I'll donate $1 so everybody's even over here. And back in the DC we go. Dice are out. 4 tray. That's not okay. That'll come down and pay that. We're going to lose this. All of this. On the short roll, that just cancels. All right, I think we're ready. Dice are out. New shooter is up. 6-5 yo. That's no good. That's going to lose the don't. We'll try it again. Dice are out. I should never do that. These dice love rolling back-to-back yo's. Once I roll one, it's guaranteed we get another. Dice are out. 3 craps, so two losses and a win. I guess you got to take it, you know. Dice are out. Easy 8. Point is 8. So in there, in there. We're gonna put our cap money up, and that's a hard 8. So that's the easy 8. So the hard 8's gonna get some loving to start. Dice are out. And it's 9, Nina. 6-3-9. Nothing yet as far as anything to go on the hard ways. Dice are out. Yo, 11. And we should have been in the don't. So that's going to be donated to the casino. Dice are out. Try it again, shooter. Hard 6. We don't have anything on a hard 6. So everything's going to go here. We're going to hedge. We're going to do that. And the hard 6 is going to get $2. Dice are out. And it's an easy 8. Of course, we have the hard 8, so we're not going to roll it. We're going to roll the easy way. The don't pass is going to get skunked on that one. And we're going to get $14. That's going to be used to fund the don't pass. This 4 is going to pump everything here as much as I can. And work the come out. Dice are out. Here they come. Easy 8. Bye-bye hard 8. We had a don't pass on the 8, but that's going to cover it. We'll get another 14. That 10 needs to go in the DC. We'll even everybody up here with the remaining $4 we have on the hard ways, and the dice are out. 4-1-5, Fever. Hedge bet. DC, here they come. 5-4-9. So it's a loser on the DC, but the same deal happens. We're going to get all of that, and we're going to realize that we need to actually throw a hard way set to make this work. Dice are out. Here we go, but we're at the mercy of nice dice. Easy 6, so the hard 6 gets to go away. This is going to come up. This is going to lose, but we got to get $14 for our place bet hedge. Even everybody up and throw the extra buck on the hard 8. Why not? Dice are out. 4-1-5. Staying alive. $14 winner. That goes there. And I got 5 on this, so I'll throw that there. How are we looking on the time? I haven't even looked at the time yet. And it's hiding because, bear with me here, we're at 20 minutes. All right, well, at the end of this, let's count up and see how we did. I'm easy 4, so the hard 4 gets to go away. I would pump up the hard ways if I had a feeling that they'd hit, but I just, that's the thing I am very intrigued about with this strategy. So, and that's a 4. The 4 hit, so I gotta put something back on it. Actually, let's even things out. Let's trade that back in. We'll get $5 for it. And what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4, 8, 12, 15. Yeah, we're pretty close. I'll even it out. We'll put $4 a piece on everything. Dice are out. Here we go. Next shooter's a 3 craps. 1, 2, 3. If I'm in the DC, that's for me. Dice are out. And 5, 2, you're all through. If that ain't that, and that's where I think this strategy comes up short. Honestly, it's where I really think it comes up short. That's gonna do that. We're gonna lose this and this. Should have had some caps on those, but you know what? Should have had some caps, so we'll trade that in. We'll get $1 back in the sake of remaining honest. 2, 3, that cancels, and I don't even think we're close, folks. 500. This'll be, that'll be good for another one of those. See how close we are here after 20 minutes. We're not even back to, no, we got a little bit. We got a little bit, I think. Trade that in. That's going to be another 100. 1, 2, so there's our 1,000. And we got a little bit of profit. $71. That's not bad. I can't see myself playing this strategy at the casino, but it was fun to roll out. I thank you, Neil, for that. And any other strategies, folks, again, please send them in. We'll review them, and we'll roll them out and see what, see if our dice gods like them. All right. That being said, I thank you for checking things out tonight. Friday night crappiness here at Joe Casino. And thank you, Neil, for the Kistenmacher 2-timer. Much appreciated. And again, our email here at Feel Like Craps is feellikecraps@gmail.com. One big long word. Please feel free to use that to communicate as well. All right, folks. Joe from Feel Like Craps. I always feel like craps. I hope that you do as well. Till the next time we meet, remember, whenever we go to the casino, we should never bet with money that we cannot afford to lose. Be well, stay safe, and I hope every trip to that casino sees those dice gods being forever and always in your favor.